How's it going, everybody? It is November 11th. This is going to be a quick sales update, and then I want to talk about something that's come up in my conversations with a couple of you guys, and it's basically about uh, how people feel when we find ourselves, you know, in this time of the year with the kind of activity that I'm going to show you guys. Let me jump into the numbers, set up the conversation a little bit, and then we'll get into it. Right now, I'm looking at 51 sales in the US. Total sales amount $950, so 948.41. Total royalties of 160, 159.46. And royalties per sale is pretty standard at 312. This is an increase from last month, but it's still a very uh, kind of slow month, especially for the US marketplace and especially for November, right? There's no excitement. There's like I'm not getting 20 sales a day. I don't have a product that's taken off and that I kind of feel is going to roll into November like full steam and I'm going to make a ton of money. I'm just simply getting a bunch like few sales every single day, right? Enough to get $160 in royalties in 10 days and enough to get fours and sixes and a bunch of other sales in other marketplaces. So far, I'm sitting at 97 total sales. As you can see here, US and Germany are just kind of leading the way, and there's a bunch of other sales in other marketplaces. I've already talked about having one product that's now started selling almost every single day. Let me actually pull that up. Let's see if it's true. Yep, I'm getting a sale every single day at least since the 5th in Germany, and it's mostly due to, as you can see here, that one product. And I don't know when that's going to stop. I don't know if it's going to speed up, and I'm going to get a bunch more. But for now, it's actually kind of steady, and that's clear with this number. So far, 10 days into the month, and I'm recording this on the 11th. In the morning I have three sales so far, but 100 sales, almost 100 sales in the first 10 days. That's fine. That's kind of where I want to be. But I agree with the people that I've talked to over the last couple of days when we're talking about this kind of activity, and people are saying, and this is what I was leading into. People are saying things just don't feel exciting because they're not seeing that spike. That I guess when something like this happens, it just kind of feels very kind of like mellow. Like things are going, but they're not exciting. That's how somebody explained it to me. And the question to you guys is, for me, and I'll share my opinion, is is that how you feel? Do you actually, when you're dealing with merch, when you're dealing with print on demand and your business in general, do you need that excitement to kind of drive you to get you to work? Because people are saying, you know what, I've kind of slowed down even with uploading, with listing, because things are just kind of slow. So I'll first ask the question: how do you guys feel about this? Like, is it that drives you, or is this an opportunity for you to kind of just assess, to realize that the money and the sales are still coming in? It's not at the level that maybe you expected it to be, but things are still going well. So my opinion here is that it's hard for people to put things in perspective when there are, I would say, very strong and high expectations set. So because everybody's talking about Q4 for months, people will start talking about Q4 in January. People will talk about Q4 in March, in July, and then when we get to this point, especially when we get to the first part of November, in their mind, people are expecting explosions. They're expecting just money to start rolling in, and my which is great. I mean, that's the kind of passion you want to have, but you don't want that to discourage you from continuing to work. So my approach is, yeah, you're going to have awesome days, you're going to have awesome months, but you keep doing your thing, right? This is a long term, because who's to say that stuff that you do now, the designs that you actually research and design today that you won't have that kind of a same explosion in March in sales or April. So basically I see boring, as long as it's bringing me money, I don't mind it. So for me, like this is fine. Like this is slow, but it's okay. I'm making sales. I'm not bombing. I'm not actually getting zeros. I'm averaging 10 sales a day, and for someone like me, that's good enough to motivate me. But I completely understand what people are saying. However, I'm also working on a number of different things, different platforms, right? So for me, I actually stay busy and I stay occupied. But I can see how somebody, for example, who might be working only with merch, gets a little distracted by the lack of excitement that they were expecting for this time of the year. So so my advice is, don't worry about it. If the sales are coming in, just keep working, keep designing, keep thinking about the next couple months. Be ahead of the game. Maybe do designs, a week in advance. Like for example, I'm when I do my designs and my when I get my spreadsheets ready for uh, Merch Titans automation to upload daily, it's almost like a daily thing. Like I'm reactive. Like I might be set for maybe like 2 days ahead, but there's nothing preventing you from being a month ahead, especially if you're in a lower tier. So any kind of time that you have, for me, I see it as an opportunity. But I also have the personality where it's very hard for me to get discouraged. So as long as things are going for me, that's exciting. But I understand, like I said, I understand why this would be boring to some people. But boring doesn't have to be bad, right? Because it can create other opportunities. So, anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm curious what you guys have to say. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about November so far. What was the expectation for you versus reality? And maybe you've seen an explosion in sales, and let me know. Okay, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon.